Hello, this is Stephen Childs, Team Fairness, Church of Fairness. On researching simulation idea. I don't know if there's any evidence of it. From my personal experience and from the teachings of other people, we believe that what we are thinking about is used in the simulation that is created for us independently. So what I'm saying is, whatever's causing the simulation, creating the simulation, they can create an independent simulation just for one individual that nobody else experiences, or any number of people could experience the same simulation, and they create it depending on what we're thinking about. The simulation is actually only in our mind. The real world stays the same. So perhaps they can even actually change things in our physical world. An example would be like somebody bends a spoon, so they're actually doing something to the physical world. People that believe conspiracy theories have created a simulation in which the conspiracy theory is true. So people want me to believe in a conspiracy theory so the powers that make the simulation can make the simulation true for me only if I believe in that conspiracy theory. This is why I don't believe things unless there's evidence. I was listening to Scott Adams this morning. He has a YouTube channel called Real Coffee Scott Adams, as opposed to simulation coffee, I guess. He's researched simulation and believes something's real about it. And he's also studied hypnotism and like mind control, brainwashing. So all these things are related. He's painting a picture for his listeners through words by saying that the Democrat people look like they're demons. Maybe the creator of the simulation will make that happen in the listeners of Scott Adams. So the people that listen to Scott Adams telling this, in their world, they actually see the Democratic leadership and they look like demons. Simulations is pretty scary stuff. Who's in control of it? I'm going to say God Almighty, or the All-Powerful. Rather than God Almighty, I'm going to call it the All-Powerful. Controls the simulation, whether there is one or isn't one, what it is, and when it is. He has studied hypnosis and simulation ideas. Maybe the people that want to be hypnotized to actually see a simulated reality. They want the simulated reality to become the reality of those that they are trying to defeat. So what I was saying there is that they're listening to Scott Adams and they're trying to turn the Democrats into demons by belief and by some power making it happen for them. So people are like freaking out, I don't want to turn into a demon. You know, it's like something makes you think it's going to happen. Depending on who controls this power and who the power is serving. If he succeeded with his ideas today, then the Democratic leaders would all turn into demons in the minds of the people, including the Democratic people. They would experience themselves turning into a demon. What is the mechanism of this simulation? Who creates it, or who is creating it? I propose that the simulation is created by advanced extraterrestrials. That are ruled by the all-powerful. Further, I propose that they create a simulation based on the people's religion. Further, I propose that different people will have a different experience of what they perceive to be the real world. I heard a mythological story told by Joseph Campbell in which there was a young man that discovered that God was playing a prank on the people by going to the end of the town and turning around his hat that was red on one side and blue on the other. In this way, the people on one side of the road would always see the same color of hat. The people got into a fight over what color of hat God has on. The young man confronted God and asked God, "What are you doing?" God said, "My favorite activity is to cause strife." So that's a story from Africa, an African mythological story about God. So people could experience me as Jesus. They would see me as Jesus because something's causing them to see me that way in the simulation. Now something maybe could turn me into Jesus or a demon, a monster, like actually. Now, and on the other hand, maybe they just see it more like a hallucination in their personal mind. I don't know. Possibly 10 years ago, the world was destroyed by an asteroid. What we're experiencing now is only a simulation created by the advanced extraterrestrials. So we're having an experience that we're not dead. I propose that when a human is close to realizing what is going on here, these advanced extraterrestrials fight against such a human so that he is not capable of doing much of anything. So I want to say that there would be powers in favor of fairness for everyone, and there would be other powers that don't care about fairness for everyone. So when a human's close to realizing what's going on here, the unfair powers try to stop you from figuring it out, from understanding or experiencing things, unordinary things. On the other hand, the higher beings, extraterrestrials, advanced, that are on the side of fairness, they're with Team Fairness. We're with them in that regard. They can arrange our world. They have control over everything, as if it was totally a simulation. So here's an example. Yesterday, I was thinking about my experience when I went into rapid breathing. It was controlling my breathing. I was in a meditation. And this is quite common for things like this to happen. I went into a trance. I was having a vision. I wasn't the real world. I don't know where I was exactly. I was trying to breathe air into Anandamayi Ma so she wouldn't die. I didn't even know who she was yet. I just had seen her picture with the red Hindu dot on her forehead. And I was seeing her face on the video, listening to Deva Premal singing the Perfection of Wisdom mantra, Prajna Paramita, the Heart Sutra, that Gate Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisvaha, gone beyond, beyond, praise the awakened one. It's about how what we're experiencing isn't really anything at all. The answer is like not anything. So when there's not anything, there's no deception, so we call it truth. That's the translation that I like. So if there's not anything at all, there is no deception, so we call it truth. So it's like going to that level to defeat deception, to where there's nothing. So that's like when this cat here, Nataraj Tandava, I don't know if he's male or female. That's the Lord of the Dance. That's when everything becomes evil. Nataraj Tandava manifests from Shiva and burns everything up with fire. Totally. So all there is ashes. From those ashes, the next universe is created that's been purified. Fire purifies, sterilizes, destroys everything. And from that sterilized ashes, the new universe is created. So I was thinking about when I had that experience, because the red dot on her forehead, Anandamayi Ma, a Hindu guru I found out later, it turned into a bullet hole. And then I was a little bit shook up, but I just stayed in a relaxed mode and just, I knew I couldn't do anything but let it happen. So I was breathing to keep her alive. And then the breathing, I realized it was my weeping because of her death. And I couldn't stop weeping for an hour. So of course, when I got to where I could function again, I wanted to know, who is that woman? So I found from the YouTube video, her name's Anandamayi Ma, a Hindu guru that has some remarkable things that happened during her life. Paranormal things, like translocation, people having an experience somewhat like mine just from seeing her picture. See, that's all I did. I just saw her picture on a video. It wasn't a moving video of her. It was a still photo of her on the video. So I was thinking about it, remembering it, and I was being bossed around by what I'm going to call Neptune. And Neptune has recently realized that his team's in trouble. He told him that, But they're not. They're forgiven. They just need to stop doing people wrong. So Neptune was like a tyrannical, authoritarian entity in my simulation or whatever that wanted me to surrender to it. So now we're kind of working as equals, where he's not trying to defeat me, I'm not trying to defeat him. We're trying to create peace here. So we don't want to run the score up. We just want to get everyone to unite for fairness for each other. So the law of fairness is the boss, not Neptune or me or Jesus. So it's an impersonal law that's the ruler, the law of fairness. I describe it in the World Fairness Agreement. There will be a link to it below the video here. So they're telling me, do not go get pizza. I was going to go to the place where I got pizza, where I had problems from evil powers controlling people before. They think I should surrender to them, and I'm thinking they're doing me wrong. And I don't like it. So there's been this, I got a document, a link to it on my computer on the desk about spitting on as a curse. So they can spit on a doorknob, say, or on your food. So it's about that. It's about, did they spit on my food? So I'm hearing it was just a piece of bacon that caused all the trouble. Well, Muslims are not supposed to eat bacon. So it's overlapping into other areas after I went back. But they're telling me don't go back, and I went anyway. So I've been listening to Hindu kirtan, Hindu chants and Sikh chants. So I was listening to Ma. They just chant Ma. And it was by a Sikh man called Guru Ganesh. And so he's chanting Ma, the Divine Mother, because Anandamayi Ma is in the role of a Divine Mother. And there's one we have now, her name is Amma, A-M-M-A. So I go and get my pizza and everything's going well. I finally got the shadow aspect of my psyche that is, it's like who let the dogs out, and my thoughts start causing harm, and it harms me and other people if they know what I'm thinking. So it's like I imagine chaining it up so that my mind can't think, and I just work on staying in a meditation and just stop all my thoughts. So I can remember the chant Ma repeated melodically. And it's helpful to keep myself in a positive trance, a positive hypnosis, so to speak, a positive brainwashing, where that it occupies my mind. So my mind, the part of me that was not allowed to be around when I was younger, it's still there, but we repress it, and it tries to break free sometimes. So it's like we have to get control of it. So the guy came around to pick up the plates after I'd ate the pizza, and he's got like a red dot on his forehead. I don't know if he's Hindu or what, but isn't that weird? That is so strange that it was arranged that way. So like there's opposition, because see, they don't want me being Hindu, they want me being Christian. Because I'd just been reading of the guy, George Harrison from the Beatles. He's chanting Hare Krishna. And they ask him, I'm not Christian, I'm Hindu. I'm not Christian either. I'm in the Church of Fairness, because it's more fair than Hindu, because we right up front, we only accept things with evidence from science. So I'm a spiritual atheist. And they really don't like that I'm a spiritual atheist. The Hindu religion allowed for atheism within it, but recently, with all this conservatism, they've been trying to stop atheism in Hindu, and this won't be Hindu anymore if they do. So when you get in this connected to the all-powerful, things are arranged like that often, and it's like there'll be one thing after another happen throughout your day. Something happens at 9 in the morning, and there's an echo of it at 10:30 at the store you're in that creates incredible meaning and support. Because, you see, it's arranged. There's an echo of what happened earlier. So they're telling us beforehand what to watch for later on. Try to understand that and watch for it. Thanks for listening.